So it is time for us to bring the next chapter of what we are doing in this new market. Hey guys, Lucy Quinones here, and I am joined today by my team leader, Talia Miranda. Hey Talia, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, today is a little bit challenging because we are officially launching a little bit about what we're going to be doing in our 90-day run starting in April. And it is with immense pleasure and obviously, a lot of determination that we are launching this segment that we're going to be sharing nonstop called Agents in the Trenches. Talia, you want to share with everyone what we have been masterminding and brainstorming about and what Agents in the Trenches is going to be, bringing to our agent community here in Southwest Florida.
Yes, absolutely. So, we all know that the market has shifted, right? And it is not how it was a year or 2 years ago. Things have changed. Now, there's a lot of people, a lot of agents that are new in the industry that are struggling, right, with the shifting market. I mean, once upon a time, there was leads falling from the sky, and now it's a little different. Now we are learning, well, some of us are learning how to hunt, and some of us are still being handed leads, which is great. But if you don't know how to hunt, then how are you going to survive this market, right? Because what happens when the lead flow stops? How do you know what to do, or what skills you need to be able to do that? So, I mean, what we have come together, we talked about, for a couple of days now, is okay, we need to help more people. We need to help people in this, in this industry right now.
Right.
There's people struggling, and even myself. I mean, I've had some struggles as well, and I'm able to relate to some of this. And we wanted to come together and put something to help bring more value, right,
Right.
and to help people in this changing market.
So that leads me to talking about, real estate for the last 5 years, my friends, has been super easy. I mean, we've had the lowest interest rates in the history of, my existence in the real estate industry. And I started doing this in the year 2000. So I had never seen interest rates so low. It was a humongous opportunity for everyone to get a loan. And literally, the slogan was, why pay rent when you can own? And for the last 5 years, we have enjoyed the best real estate market in a very long time. Okay. But here's what I also know. In the year 2001, I started preaching and teaching, get ready for the Titanic to start taking on water. Build up your skill sets. Don't think it's going to be real estate on easy street forever. And now we're in a new shifting market and the struggle is real. We have agents right now. We have 30% of the agents in the association, our local association, that did not have the funds to renew their memberships. We have brokers that are struggling because if the agents don't produce, the brokers don't produce. We have brokers that are competing against their agents because that's just their business model. And I respect every business model, but what happens to the real estate agents now? We have team leaders that are stuck and not growing because now they're having to reinvent themselves and redesign themselves. And so all this is coming to a head. We are living in a new market. And so what are those struggles like? So the first thing that we want to talk about in this raw, real discussion of agents in the trenches is, so what is happening to the agents out there? Because, after doing this for 23 years and leading my own company since 2005 as a real estate broker manager and then a real estate broker owner, and now doing what I do, there's a lot of people in the red ocean of, competitiveness. What do I do? Right? Interest rates are way higher. I mean, 6x what they used to be. That took away the largest segment of the buying market. We all know that most agents work with buyers. They're not listing agents, right? If you list, you last, but that's not for everyone. So we're coming out of a generation of agents that are lead receivers, agents that are used to receiving leads, agents that are used to be handed over the leads, agents that are used to getting a ton of leads, and then deciding who they wanted to work with, to having to become lead generators. So how do you see this? Because you're out there, you're hunting, right? You're building the skill sets that it's going to take to survive this market. And so, how are you seeing this transition from lead receiving agents to now having to become, and in your case, I've always been coaching you to be that lead generator, right? Let's be the lead generator. Let's be the Navy SEAL, not the baby SEAL in the ocean of real estate. And you're ready. You've hit the ground running. You've been out there with me. I've been with you. I said, let's get back in the trenches because I love being in the trenches. You know, it's not what I do now as first and foremost. My job right now is to lead my companies, but you as the lead agent for Q International, how do you see this shift and what do you know, because you work with the agents out there in the community, how are they taking having to shift from a lead receiving perspective to a lead generating perspective, which I believe is the biggest and worst struggle agents have right now?
So the simple answer to that question is there's an increased amount of stress, because if you're 100% commission and now your business is stuck, right? Where's the money going to come in? How is it coming in? So I'm seeing a lot of stress, a lot of frustration and uncertainty. And unfortunately, I mean, I'm also seeing agents having to get a job, a side job, doing whatever it is, DoorDash or something, which, no shame to the game. Like, I understand, right? You got to do what you got to do. If you have to put food on the table, you're going to figure it out. But, it is unfortunate because, we're in one of the best businesses out there when it comes to making the most amount of money. So, it's just frustration. And, what I try, and I understand because I've actually been in that situation as well. I'm kind of, realigning, shifting, and
Right.
reinventing myself. But I did see that that's what I'm seeing with the agents in the market today is a big uncertainty and very stressful.
So uncertainty as stress leads to fear. And I want to thank all the people that are watching live right now. Put in the chat, don't be a spectator, be a frontline leader. Put in the chat, what are you seeing the agents confronting right now? So you're talking about, the agents are stressed and the uncertainty. Well, as a coach, as someone that has mentored agents since 2013 and then trained agents since 2012, and someone that's been coaching agents since 2016, I already know the common denominator, my friends. And I'm speaking from experience and authority because I've been there. I was one of those agents that was stressed out, that was living in uncertainty when I was in real estate because I got in on ground zero. I came in from the medical community. So stress and uncertainty leads to fear, and fear paralyzes agents. And I've had conversations with local brokers. I'm meeting with local brokers, my friends. I am sitting nose to nose and face to face with my local brokers because my mindset is no longer I'm in competition with broker X or broker Y or broker Z. No, I'm inviting them to have a cup of coffee and let's brainstorm. What can we do to help the agent community rise up? What can I do to help your agents rise up? How can we collaborate together? And so I can tell you right now that if this is what you believe is happening, Talia, and I'm with you, agents are stuck in fear, and fear is paralyzing. What do you think about that? How do you
No,
feel?
it is. It is. It's fear can be paralyzing because when you're okay, so when you're fearful, it's because you don't know what the next step is, right? What do I do? Like, so you start retracting a little bit, and then maybe you stop hitting the phones, or you stop, responding to people, right? I mean, there's different things that you end up if that is the way you respond to fear, because there's people respond to fear different ways, right? But if you start retracting, then you're really going to stop creating opportunities to get checks, to get money coming in. So,
Absolutely.
and I mean, we also saw, we were interviewing other resources of lead generation yesterday, just out of
Yes.
curiosity to
We
see
were
what
having
people are
conversations. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
to see what people are offering, or companies that are offering, and what are they offering it for. So long story short, I mean, we saw that these companies are for thousands of dollars. You get leads that even after that, I mean, it's still, we don't, it's like a 50-50. It depends on your skill set, right, to convert those leads. So now if you mix, okay, you spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on getting leads, and you're still feeling a little uncertainty, a little bit of fear, just lack of confidence, then you're not going to be giving these leads 110% of, your skill set. Or, but let's talk
Right.
about even if you don't have it. So
Right.
now you might be, wasting money on resources because
Well,
of
here's the thing that I know. So agents don't have the money. And here's the thing that I know. Agents, most of the agents, right? We're talking about agents that are 3 million and under, right? Most of them, um, and if we talk on average, I mean, on average, when I look at the numbers as a broker, I have access to the numbers. When I look at the numbers, the average agent is closing 5 transactions a year. Okay. Um, how much money can that agent afford to put into lead receiving platforms? I mean, yesterday we were speaking with a couple of them because I want to have my finger on the pulse of what's happening in the market. As a real estate broker, CEO, and coach, I take responsibility for not just downloading, the latest and greatest information online. I want to have my finger on the pulse of it from firsthand experience. So we jumped on the phone. We jumped on Zoom actually, and we had conversations with a couple of lead providers. We're talking about $5,000 investments. We're talking about $3,000 investments. We're talking about $1,000 investments to get
a
buyer
month.
leads. And buyer leads are good, but we all know what happens with buyer leads. They're only as good as what the agent does with them. So what are some of the struggles that agents have? Even the agents that are receiving leads. What is the number one struggle that an agent has with the leads they receive? It's the follow-up.
A follow-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the agents don't know how to lead incubate, lead convert, lead cultivate. And so, oh, that lead is no good. No, the lead is good. But now we're in a different market where the agents are not in a lead receiving position because the brokers are shutting down. They're saying, listen, you're not following up, you're not color coding, you're not tracking, you're not measuring, you're not managing what I'm giving you, you're off, right? And so that leads us to lead generation. How are the agents going to start lead generating? And are they going to have enough time? Because it takes 90 days, guys. It takes 90 days to turn your business around. I've been there, I've done that. It takes 90 days to turn your business around. So what would you say to these agents that are caught in the gap of having been a lead receiver and now I have to become a lead generator and I have no money to spend on leads and my broker shut me down or my broker stopped giving us leads or he never even or she never gave us leads to begin with. So now I'm caught in the gap. What would you say to those agents and what are you hearing? What is the rumor behind the grapevine, right? Because you're out there talking to people. I know you have a lot of colleagues that are in the industry that actually, pay attention to what you do and how you do it. What do you feel is happening in their minds, in the mind of the modern day agent per se?
Yeah, so I mean, I heard this, I don't remember who exactly said it, but someone had said this is going to be a summer of skill set. And that is what we're going to have to work on is our skill set, because that is what's going to help you at the end of the day, right?
Love it.
How can you get somebody in and, like you say, cultivate them to when they're ready? Because okay, you paying money for this company to provide you leads, right? Buyer leads, right? Not everybody who you're going to talk to is going to be ready. So now we got to talk about asking the right questions. When are you looking to, when are you looking to make a move? Just asking questions, right? So we got to get better at asking questions. That's a
So
skill
let
set.
me ask you a question about that. And I know this is something that you and I have brainstormed. As your coach, as your mentor, I've taught you this. On a scale from 1 to 10, let's be honest, right? Because this is the real raw,
Raw
you know,
discussion.
this discussion, agents in the trenches, the real life struggles of real estate agents, because everybody on social media is living the perfect life. But we all know behind the curtains, when you pull them back, there's real struggles. It is what it is.
Yes.
We can be pretending, but it is what it is. There's the real life struggles of real estate agents. And this is a segment that we're putting together starting today to just have this real raw life of a real estate agent struggles conversation. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being like it's super easy, be honest.
Mhm.
How easy is it to know how to ask the right questions?
It's not when you're in the heat, like when you're in the moment, and then being in front of the person, because there's one thing to be on the phone, right? And you're trying to figure out, you're cold calling this person, and now they're giving you objections and rejections and everything around that. It's not easy, because now you're trying to reel them in. Okay, so how do you connect with the person? They're already shutting down. They're already saying no. I don't want to list my house. I mean, we've been in the streets and we've been knocking on expired listings, and people are telling us like, no, right now is not
So
the time.
let's give everyone that's listening, and thank you, Julie, for putting on there. She agrees 100%. This is what I'm all about. This is the part that I love about real estate at this season of my career, right? Where I don't have to be in the trenches, but I get out in the trenches because I want to have my pulse. I want to have my finger on the pulse of what's happening. I don't want anybody to tell me that my community is this, that, or the other. I want to be out there. I want to be able to say I have firsthand knowledge. So let's say a little story. I know you and I went out. I said, listen, the next 90 days, we're going to hit the trenches. We're going to go hunting. Guys, it's hunting season. If you're watching this, put on the chat, it's hunting season. It is hunting season. You are going to die of hunger if you don't know how to get out there and hunt. Go tell your broker, listen, get out of, or your leader or your team leader or your director of operations or somebody, go find somebody and say, listen, I need you to hit the streets with me because I need to learn how to hunt. So let's use that story where I was demonstrating for you, right? Because I love to field train and demonstrate. Tell everybody from your perspective, because I was the one in front of the lion, right?
Yeah.
What did you see go down when we're talking about people saying no and us having to know how to ask the questions? What went down?
So, I mean, so there was a specific scenario that I'm thinking about. I don't know if you're thinking about the same one, but when we went, door knocking to the expired listing, and this lady came out, and she, first of all, she was confused because she's like, what the heck are these people coming into my house for? So, of course, I mean, if you're showing up into someone's door and they're not expecting you, they're already going to have their walls up, right? So she had her wall up, and you said your thing, and we were starting to talk a little bit, and I think that at this specific one, like I think I started, and then you kind of came in, and that was like extremely helpful, because if it was me by myself there, I was already starting to feel like, oh shoot, like it's going to be like a battle right here. But you came in and you had the perspective, okay, I have to connect with this person, because you clearly already seen that her wall was up. She was like, no, I'm not going to sell my house. It was close to the water. They had some hurricane damage, and there was some confusion behind there as well. So, I mean, you connected with the person. You started asking this lady, personal questions, not too much, but just opening the door, and then, just trying to connect. And by the end of it, she was a little bit more, you can tell, like her shoulders were relaxed and she was ready to talk.
Right. And so that's the thing. If you're going to get ready to, and here's a message to all my agents out there, my agent friends, because I consider every single agent, every single broker my friend. We're colleagues. We're not supposed to be frenemies. There's no reason to be, in a dog eat dog world. We create that. And sometimes, our leadership creates that. But I believe we can be the change. So one of the things that I can say to all my real estate friends out there is, if you're going to get ready to know how to ask questions when you're in front of the expired listing, you're done. You're done. You are chewed up. They're going to MMA you like you can't believe. They're going to double jab you, triple jab you, kick you in the neck, and you're down for the count, right?
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
reason that we go field training and I take Dalia with me is because I want her to see what I'm telling her. You can't get ready when you're in front of the lion, right? There was another for sale by owner that we went to, and the first thing she says, I'm not selling my house. I'm not listing with an agent. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm good. I didn't listen to that because that's normal for sale by owner, lingo. It's like they all go to the same school and learn the same lingo. Say no. I don't want you. I don't need you. I got this. Yeah, but you've had the property on the market for 6 months, and so why do you want to sell? So the message is clear. I remember another person that we spoke with that, yes, you got to connect with people at the human level. So all that to say that if you don't know how to ask questions, even with you right now, a couple of listings coming in, you were doing a phenomenal open house that you said, Lucy, I got a for sale by owner. I said, let's go do this, because my commitment to you was, I'm going to field train you, and I'm going to show you how you become the MMA player, how you take down the lion of building your business and not the other way around, and how you go hunting. You know, Tell us a little bit of story of the for sale by owner that we visited on Friday and how that turned out.
Yeah, so this one, she was, you can tell very much, she was already stressed. She was just a ball of stress, and she off the bat already had objections. Like, I can't. I'm doing for
I
sale
don't
by
have
owner.
money for a commission. I don't have money for anything.
Exactly. Did we lose her? Well, I'll keep telling the story anyways. So, she was already saying that she, didn't want to pay for an agent. She doesn't have money to pay for an agent. And she's like, I'll show you the house. If you bring me a buyer, maybe we'll talk about you getting paid. I just kept going.
Yeah, good job.
So then, Lucy came in and she's like, okay, we can find a solution. I'm here to help you with your problem. I'm here to help you find solutions for what you're going through. And, she was like, okay. Like, you can tell I think she even exhaled. I think after you said that, she was like, okay.
She said she was ready to cry. So here was the secret
Yeah.
behind this whole thing. As I was speaking with her, I needed to go into my negotiating skills and start thinking of ways to strategize and leverage her having the money to pay us a commission, because we don't work for free. We work for a fee, my friends. That is the first thing I need all my real estate agents to flip the switch, change the mindset. You don't have to work for free, but you have to know that you're investing your time, your knowledge, your resources, and your experience to get a return on investment. So and so I started giving her different strategies that I would use. We ended up having a phenomenal open house 2 days, and now we're on our way to capturing this listing, putting it on the MLS as we want to be able to do. But guys, it comes from knowing how to hunt. It comes from knowing how to negotiate. It comes from knowing how to put deals together and find the solution. If you want to be a rock star agent, your job is to go find people with problems and give them the solution. And if you're going to get ready to do that when you're in front of the for sale by owner, the expired, or the buyer, it's too late. You got to get ready before. So what else can we say about this new season of real estate where agents have to go? They're getting thrown in the water. They're getting just, dropped like hot potatoes. And they're having to go from being lead receivers to being lead generators. That is the biggest struggle our industry is seeing right now. For agents that have been in the business under, for the last maximum, 5 years, you're going from real estate on easy street to now having to pull out all the arsenal out of your hunting for customers, converting your leads, incubating your leads, and generating your leads. Because a lot of people, we heard it yesterday, they were telling us stories. This lead provider, that minimum investment is $1,000 a month. And like I said to you, listen, it's not the $1,000 a month. Do you want to be jumping through hoops? Do you want to have to be dropping your life at the ring of a phone, because now you are basically working for your customers? And my mindset is very different. My mindset is that of a doctor, an engineer, an attorney. Is like, let me show you how else you can run your business, and you can leverage getting business, but also dominating your schedule. So we're definitely in a different season for real estate agents. The struggle is real. What else can you tell us about agents having to go from lead receiving to lead generating?
Well, let's go back to yesterday when we were talking to one of those lead providers, which is a very big one. And, things are changing when this big provider is dropping teams, dropping groups of people like hotcakes. They're like, okay, you're not performing at this level, you're not, competing with this. So you're out of the program. You're out of this. So if they're dropping people like hotcakes and they're a pretty big provider, then you have to buckle down. You have to buckle down. And if, like you said, you mentioned something, you're like, okay, with the agents, if you go to your broker, you go to whoever, team leader, whatever, and you ask them, okay, can you give me some, field training? Let's go out. Let's go do something. Let me go see how you do it. And they're saying, maybe they're resisting, or maybe they're like, oh, maybe next week, let's wait on it or whatever. I mean, what I would say is find the people who are willing, find the people who are doing it, because it's one thing for someone to tell you, okay, go hit the phones. Okay. What do I do? What do I say? What kind of questions? But it's another thing to see someone hit the phones and, demonstrate to you how it's done, how they're doing it. So like that, you can just rip off and implement, right? Like you do exactly what the person is doing. Yeah. Yes. So, that's.
Exactly. So right now, guys, what are we bringing? Why are we bringing agents in the trenches? The real life struggles of real estate agents, because we know there's struggles that are happening. And we know that there is a lack of education and a lack of empowerment for our real estate agents. There is a lack of brokers that have the ability, the resources, or maybe even the time to really, build up their agents and teach them how to fight. Don't go looking for a job. We this morning, without giving any specifics, you want to give a little bit of the input of how I helped you break down some numbers, and my reasoning behind it was to teach you how to look at your business like a business and not like a real estate agent. And what did you take away from that? Because I think that was a powerful message that you got.
Yeah, that's so true. And I just want to address some comments here. Someone said, I love this, a difference between a leader and a broker. And that's huge. You have to teach your people, what to do. And that's a leader in my eyes. And you have been an incredible leader so far to me. I just have to say that. Without you, I'd probably be looking for a job right now, to be honest, right? Because I'm year 2 in the business. So I'm not, I don't have that much experience, but I'm learning as I'm growing, right? So what the exercise we did this morning, it's crazy because you asked me this question and you're like, okay, so what is the objective to this specific thing that we're putting together, right? For you in your eyes. And of course, my mind went to, okay, what's it's going to be the thing that makes me the most amount of money. And I failed to see in that moment was that, okay, yes, you can strive to this, that it makes the most amount of money, but don't overlook the little small amount that can generate the cash flow. So I was still thinking, I don't even know, would you call that an agent mindset, I guess, right?
Well, here's what I think. We don't know what we don't know. There's the first level of unconscious incompetence. Bear with me, guys, because I think my internet is a little bit unstable, but all the agents out there that are in the marketplace have a first level of, unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. So our mind is going to go for the big bucks. Yeah, but you got to go through the cash flow first, and that will lead you to the big bucks, because without the cash flow, you're not going to survive enough. You're not going to have enough oxygen in your financial lungs to make it to the big bucks. And it's just having that person, like someone here wrote, having the person that is willing to invest in you and show you how to get things done. How do you navigate? Because everyone right now, guys, every single one. And if you're watching this on live, I want you to put #live. And if you're watching this on replay, I want you to comment #replay. And I want you to share this with all your friends. And I want you to do your friends a favor, because they need to hear this. Every single agent, team leader, and broker is in a red ocean of fear and competition. How are we going to survive? What do we do? Okay. And everyone is needing the solution. And that's what we're going to be closing this out in just a couple of minutes with. I came up with a solution because I want to be the difference in my market, And so what Talia is saying and what Talia is sharing, she gets it because she's part of my real estate network. But why not share this with other people? Regardless of their company, their brand, their logo, why not know that I helped someone survive the toughest real estate market that they have experienced in the history of their career. Because again, if you've been in real estate less than 5 years, you've been spoiled. You've been doing real estate on Easy Street, and this season requires gladiators. This season requires gladiators. And if you're a broker, you are hemorrhaging. You are bleeding from all ends. Because I've been a broker of a large organization, and I know the risk, the liability, the struggle, the fixed expenses, and I know the agents wanting more, and you are like hemorrhaging at all ends. So this is why, in doing this with Ali, I said, you know what? I'm going to put together something that is just going to be totally out of the box. And I want to open it through the academy. Obviously, you guys know that I have the Real Estate and Business Academy. And so, Talia, tell everyone why we're going to start having these conversations, because this is absolutely, I am looking for the people that are looking for solutions. I am looking, write that in the chat, somebody for me. I am looking for the people that are looking for solutions. I'm looking for the real estate agents, team leaders, and even brokers that are saying, I need production. I need to cover costs. I need to survive. I want to get out of this red ocean of, struggle, and allow me to help them and lead them into a blue ocean of opportunity. And you have been hearing my conversations with, different local leaders of the real estate industry. You've heard my conversations with affiliates. Tell everyone what we're putting together and why we're bringing this message, because we're going to continue speaking about the real struggles of real estate, but we have a solution for them.
Awesome. Well, the first thing I want to say is the reason, I think the biggest reason is, you don't have to do this alone. Okay. If you feel like you're alone, you're stuck, you don't have to do it alone. And so we have put together a agent productivity mastermind that we're launching the very first one in April 4th from 9 to 1. And we're going to be talking about just this, the struggle and the solution. Lucy has so much knowledge and she is willing to share with the world. So we want to put this together. We want to invite everyone. It does not matter the brand, the brokerage, whoever you're with, it does not matter. We want to collaborate with other agents. We want to share the knowledge and we want to help each other out, because now more than ever, we need to be locking arms. We need to be sharing, the information that we have, and just overall just helping each other out. So that's what we want to do. We want to provide as much value as we can, provide some solutions, and see what we can do to help the agents that might be feeling a little stuck, might be struggling one way or another. And so we're going to have a series of 12 sessions, and each session is going to cover, specific topics that we feel the agents are struggling with most, right? And we're basically going to come in and we're going to give it all we got. And there's nobody better to, there's nobody more qualified to talk about this than Lucy. Come on. If you don't want to get coaching by Lucy, I don't know, we got to talk, because she really is a world of knowledge. She has so much experience, and let's just get together. So we're going to have some more information. We're going to be releasing some more information about this very soon. I think today, most likely, right?
Starting tonight, you can find all the details. Yeah. You're going to find all the details on our social media. And a lot of people may say, oh, why is Lucy doing this? You know what? Because I made a decision 2 years ago, 18 months ago, to be the change, to be that lighthouse in my industry. And as I watch and I see how, the industry is going, I realize that there's other Lucys out there. There's other Lucys out there from when I was in the year 2000, 2001, when I was a novice, when I didn't know how to, run a business, how to scale a business, how to maintain a business. So I'm looking for those people that are looking to survive this new market. And that's why I say, if not for you, then help me find the people that are looking for solutions, because not everyone's looking for solutions. Not everyone is looking for solutions. Not everyone is wanting to be a Navy SEAL. There's a lot of baby SEALs out there that are happy being baby SEALs. But I know right now that we are confronting a challenge in the market. And you know what? There's a lot of amazing brokers, team leaders, top producing agents that are out there. And I'm saying, but I want to go for the underdogs. I want to go for the ones that are, wanting to become those team leaders and those brokers one day, and those top producers that right now are getting overlooked, that right now are not knowing how to enjoy a summer of skill set, that are not understanding how to navigate these uncharted waters, and that don't know how to go from being a lead receiver to a lead generator. Because that's the truth. I mean, this huge platform of leads provider was saying, we're shutting people down, we've paralyzed programs. It's going to trickle down, guys. It's going to trickle down. And if you're not feeling it yet, you're going to feel it, because it comes from the top. It's top down, it's not bottom up, it's top down. So when the big people are feeling the pressure, the other, it's only a matter of time. So I've put together, and Talia is leading it, because Talia will be bringing some incredible news of what she is doing under my coaching and leadership for her own future in real estate. And I said, this is our moment. This is our moment to help those that are out there, and share what we are enjoying, and share what I've done for the last 23 years. And so you guys are going to hear a lot about it, but every day we are going to be bringing this live cast on Agents in the Trenches, the real life struggles. If you're watching this live, please put live. If you're watching this on replay, put hashtag replay, and share it with those agents that you love, that you know, and that you trust, that may also need to listen to this. Because I'll tell you one thing, when I see brokers putting their new agents to teach classes, it makes me think. It makes me think about that leadership. When I see brokers, okay, that have big organization putting their brand new agents to teach the classes, it makes me think. And what I know is there's a need. There's a need out there. There's a lot of great real estate schools out there to help you get licensed, but the Southwest Florida Real Estate and Business Academy has a vision and a purpose to be the place that will build, empower, and develop, Navy SEAL agents. And if you want to be a baby SEAL, this is not for you. Please, if you don't want to grow, if you don't want to expand, if you don't want to become an MMA player in the real estate field, this is not for you. But if you want to go from being a baby SEAL to being a Navy SEAL, if you want to go from being, somebody that's struggling to being a gladiator of change, and you want to really use real estate as a vehicle to change your life, like I've used it to change my life with the right leadership, guidance, and mentorship, then this is going to be for you. And it's not for everyone. And no, I'm not recruiting. This is for the academy. I'm not recruiting. As a matter of fact, I have not recruited an agent in this local area for over 6 months, because I am not recruiting agents. So for the people that start thinking, what I know that they think, no, I'm not recruiting. Lucy Quinones is not recruiting, because I am not in that arena right now. But I'm at another level, and that's why we're bringing this. So Talia, I'm really excited that we launched this today. We're looking for the people that are looking for solutions. And I know that this is going to be a game changer, and I'm living out my purpose, and I'm having fun doing it. I've never felt so happy, so satisfied to be doing this. And thank you for being that amazing, incredible, coachable, trainable, accountable, committed, consistent student.
Thank you. I mean, I got to give the credit where the credit is due. You're an amazing leader, and I'm so happy I was aligned with you. And I just want to say also, if anyone has any specific topics or things that they're struggling with personally, whether you're a real estate agent or not, in business, whatever, please send a private message to either Lucy or myself so we can cover it. I mean, we're open to any subjects, topics, and stuff like that, so we can kind of, uncover.
Yes, we already have our 12. Because I know what it takes to build real estate business. And let me tell you in closing, if you make a decision to be part of the tribe that we're building through the academy, where we're going to be bringing you a 12 productivity mastermind series for 12 weeks, that's going to be our next 90-day run. And it's open to absolutely everyone. I will guarantee that if you do what I tell you to do, the way I tell you to do it, and you become coachable, trainable, teachable, and you become accountable and committed and consistent, you are going to turn your business around in 90 days. I'm not going to tell you in 30. I'm not going to tell you in 60. I'm not going to give you the PB&J, baloney story. It's going to take you 90 days. And I'm proving it with Dalia. I'm proving it. We're seeing the proof is in the pudding. So this is not like we're going to see if it works. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that, and now it's my time to share this in my local community with my colleagues, my agents that I love, because I've been where you're at and I want to take you where I'm at.
Awesome. Well,
all right, Dali.
Let's wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions or need help with anything, please feel free to reach out to us. We're open to help. So thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Brand does not matter. No, thank you for asking. This is brand agnostic. This is non-denominational. This is open to absolutely every brand, every company, every logo, every affiliation. As a matter of fact, if you are in the real estate business or not, everything that I'm going to teach is applicable. That's why my real estate academy is called the Real Estate and Business Academy, because it's one thing when you are a real estate agent, but it's another thing when you want to open up that organization and scale and develop that financial independence and develop that financial legacy and build that generational wealth. So it's open absolutely to everyone. As a matter of fact, if you're part of a small boutique office, I would go talk to your broker. Your broker is invited. All your agents from your company are invited, and that's why we are hosting this at the Southwest Florida Real Estate and Business Academy. We will put the link probably in this live, but we're going to be sharing a lot more. So thank you for asking that. I will be there. Awesome. Look forward to seeing you. Bring your tribe. Bring your tribe, because it's better to climb a mountain with your tribe than to get to the top alone. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Thank you, Talia. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow with more real life struggles, agents in the trenches, the real raw discussion of what it's really like to be in real estate in Southwest Florida. Talk to you guys later.